For several years, two agencies have been arguing their side of replacing the outdated Bonner Bridge over Oregon Inlet, the only roadway connection between Cape Hatteras and the mainland. The argument waged over the distance, the costs, and time remaining still to use the existing structure, while also protecting the environmental health of the Outer Banks region. Now the two sides are ready to move forward in agreement on the project.
We have come to an agreement with the Southern Environmental Law Center that will allow us to go on ahead and proceed with building the Bonner Bridge on NC-12 in the Outer Banks.
The two options offered each had a new bridge to be built, but the two groups' designs were miles apart. Almost 14 miles difference to be exact.
The Southern Environmental Law Center was asking us to look at constructing a 17-mile bridge into the Pamlico Sound. The cost of that bridge would have been far outside of anything that we could have afforded, and therefore outside of anything that we could have built for the needs of that community. So we had proposed building a parallel bridge right next to the existing Bonner Bridge that will last for a significantly longer period of time than the existing bridge has, and will provide them with that vital access that they need.
The agreed upon new bridge will span around 2.8 miles and will be built on the west side, which is the sound side of the existing bridge. Still, the new project is not expected to start until spring of 2016, and it'll take several years to complete construction on the new bridge. That means the old Bonner Bridge will still be used daily by cars, trucks, and cyclists. With the existing structure outliving its design usage date, it's a yearly and sometimes daily struggle to keep the concrete structure in good repair.
The Bonner Bridge is safe. If it wasn't safe, then we would not have it open to traffic. However, in order to keep it safe, we've had to put about $60 million worth of maintenance into the bridge. So that's anything from repairing concrete to making repairs to the substructure of the bridge. In December of 2013, we did have to shut down the bridge for a little over a week because there were some erosion concerns around some of the piles. So we obviously are very concerned about the safety of that bridge, and we are very happy that we're able to move forward with replacing it.
Now that the new structures plan to be built, residents and visitors see there's a light at the end of the tunnel, or in this case, bridge, that will mean a safe passage between the island chain and the rest of the state that should last many years to come.
It's vital for the people that live in the Outer Banks, as well as for all of the thousands of people who visit the Outer Banks every summer. People depend on it to get to tourist destinations, to get to their jobs, and to get to healthcare centers up in Virginia. So this is a huge project for the community.
Of course, it's not just important to those who travel over the inlet and on top of the road surface that the new bridge is built. Commercial fishing vessels and other boaters use the Oregon Inlet to get from seafood hubs like Juan Cheese out to the Atlantic Ocean and back on a daily basis.
This inlet is about the most dynamic area I've seen. 20 years of doing this, and it's just amazing. I've watched material. I've watched that thing come in 20, 30 feet one day, and then the next day it's gone by Mother Nature.
You'll run aground, might hit hard. Uh, it's just a lot of tight tightness when you're going out through there because you get a lot of tide that sweeps you closer to the pillars and stuff like that. So I personally haven't had some damage, but I've had friends of mine that's bent their rudders that had to come up, haul up, people that run aground.
The difference between what's out there currently and what we're going to be constructing is right now there's one navigational span. So boats that are going through are limited, especially as the inlet moves. The new bridge is going to have 9 potential navigation spans. So instead of having one hump where boats can go under, most of the bridge is going to be a high rise. So that will allow us options as the inlet moves for different navigation spans for boats that are using the inlet.